Hey, it's meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen here with the 9 News Weather Impact Team with a look at your forecast. Well, it's going to be really warm and dry all week. That's it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. No, I actually do have some more details than that, but it's going to be fairly similar conditions all through the week. Lots of sunshine for the most part. We'll have some clouds tomorrow, but the temperatures will be warmer and the winds will kick up just a little bit. That would be the only difference here. Right now, today might be the best day of the week here just because the winds are non-existent and the clouds are non-existent. You can see the blue skies up there. The only clouds that we have in the sky today are man-made clouds. We actually do have the right conditions for something called persistent contrails, where the contrails from the jet airplanes can last for several hours and spread out through the sky. And that's pretty much all the clouds that we'll see for today. Temperatures already close to 60 degrees here at the 9 News studios. We'll come pretty close to 70 degrees today across a lot of the Front Range, the Denver metro area, and the Northeast Plains. So a very warm day considering what we have had. It's been the coldest start to April, the coldest first 6 days in 16 years. So we have not seen a start like this in a while, but we're going to start warming things up here pretty quick, and it'll stay that way for about 7 days. Here's the satellite and radar picture showing clear skies across the entire region at the moment here. We'll start to see, you see those clouds creeping in there from the west. Those will kind of get to the western slope here by about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, but for the most part we're clear for the entire state of Colorado as we go through the entire day today. And so a look at downtown Denver here, starting to get a little busy here in the towards the noon hour here, towards lunchtime. The skies, here's the next 6 hours here in Denver. Skies will stay clear, lots of blue skies, sunshine all the way across here as we go through the day. Could get close to 70 degrees here. I think probably a few of us will see 70s reported. DIA maybe not. It'll be close though. We just have a little bit of a push of some colder air from the north. So the air from the mid-levels to the upper atmosphere are coming out of the north, and the surface winds are basically out of the southwest. So we may get just a little bit of some cooler temperatures in the mid-levels, which will maybe limit our heating just a tad bit here as we go into the day. Here's the look at tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a little bit different just because there will be some more clouds, and the winds will start to kick up just a little bit tomorrow. So that'll be a little bit of a difference, but the air temperature will actually be warmer. And here's the forecast. Low temperatures tomorrow starting out relatively warm here, maybe even staying above 40 degrees in the Denver metro area, and a lot less teens being reported up in the mountains for tomorrow. So we'll get a little bit of a warmer start, and that'll help us get to the middle 70s perhaps tomorrow's forecast here across the Front Range. 74, 75 degrees, maybe closer to 80 degrees up in the Northeast Plains, and in the Arkansas River Valley probably see some 80-degree temperatures being reported. Lots of warm temperatures up in the high country this week. We could see those base areas at the ski resorts hit 50 degrees all week long here, so that's going to really take a toll on the slushy conditions down at the bottom of the ski hills. Still plenty of snow up on top of the mountains though. Once you get up in there a little bit higher, still some pretty good skiing to be had. And that the departure from normal for tomorrow is going to be about 10 to 20 degrees warmer than normal across the area here once we get those temperatures up into the middle 70s and up towards 80 degrees for tomorrow. So it's going to be really warm despite quite a bit more cloud cover. Here, I'll show you that on Futurecast here statewide. Starting now, we go into the evening hours here. We'll start to see those clouds start to creep into the western slope a little bit in the early evening, late afternoon. Not too much cloud cover though, and also a little bit of cloud cover on the Palmer Divide. And as we go into Tuesday morning, that's when we'll start to see a little bit more cloud cover, especially right here on the Front Range. So even though the temperatures will be a little bit warmer tomorrow, I feel like today is going to be a better day just because there's no wind and the skies are clear. And as we go through the day, you can see those clouds are kind of coming and going, but we'll see quite a bit of cloud cover. No real precipitation. We're not looking at any measurable snow or rain in the state of Colorado for about 7 days. We really won't have a good chance to get measurable precipitation until next Monday. So that's going to take a major toll on our snowpack, which the average peak of snowpack is tomorrow, April the 8th. And since we have no snow in the forecast, today is essentially going to be the peak of snowpack. This will be the highest our snowpack levels will be for the season, and we are at 11% below median right now, and that's because the southern part of Colorado just has had a terrible snow year. One of the least snowiest seasons that we have ever had in the San Juans. So it's been pretty bad consistently through that season. And that's what's really bringing the statewide snowpack down, because the northern mountains and the central mountains are sitting there right about at average. So we did take a quick look at the early stream flow forecast for the Colorado River, and it is significantly below normal here, because even though we see the headwaters of the Colorado up at 96% of average, the Rio Grande and the San Juan and other the Green River, they all kind of feed into the Colorado, and so we're looking at a shortage of water going into Lake Powell and Lake Mead for this season. So that's not great news, but the good news for us as far as snowpack goes is that the headwaters of the Colorado and South Platte really do feed into the Denver metro area, and so that will help us out. We'll have to watch how the evaporation rates go from now, but so far looking pretty good. I mentioned the wind gusts are going to be a little bit more active here. Through the day here, we're going to have calm to zero winds, but tomorrow, really in the overnight hours tonight, we'll start to see the winds kick up just a little bit for the foothills. 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts. There's really not too much to really be noticeable there in the foothills. But once we go into tomorrow afternoon, we'll start to see the wind gusts die down a little bit, but they spread out over the entire region here. So we'll see some breezy conditions for the Denver metro area and the rest of the Front Range tomorrow in the 10 to 20 mile per hour range. But then once we go into Wednesday will be the day you'll actually notice the winds here, as the foothills get those wind gusts up above 50 miles per hour, and the Front Range gets the wind gusts up above the 20 mile per hour range. So that's when we kind of really start to feel those winds. And here's the reason for that. I'll show you that on the computer forecast model of the atmosphere here. That kind of went really fast. Let me back that up just a tad bit there to Wednesday. So if you look to the northeast of Denver here on Wednesday, you can see a little bit of troughiness out there, and the jet stream kind of draped right over northeast Colorado. So that's just going to moderate the temperatures just a little bit here. We could still hit 70 degrees, but the winds and the clouds will be a little bit increased during that period until we really start to see that high pressure that you see out to the west of us start to build in. And once that covers the state of Colorado, we'll see the winds die down once again. We'll get clearer skies and warm conditions here. Well, with that, that system will probably push a little cold front through Colorado on Wednesday night into Thursday. So we might not hit 70 degrees on Thursday, but here we are on Friday with this current position here that you're seeing on the graphic, and that's really when we're going to start to see the real impact of this ridge of high pressure. We could get into the 80-degree range here for the first time. Now, last year we hit 80 degrees for the first time on April 27th. Actually, that's the average. Last year was April 14th, was a little bit earlier. The Rockies' record at that time was 4-12, by the way. Some things never change. We will have a chance on Friday and Saturday to get that first, so we could get that a little bit earlier this year. The Rockies' record right now, 2-7, so the point is some things just never change. We get the first 80-degree day in April, and the Rockies are on their way to 20 losses very quickly. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast here, all wrapped up in that. You can see that we need to get up to about 85 degrees to tie records for this time of year, and we just might do that on Saturday. Really warm and dry week. That is a look at your forecast. I appreciate you tuning in to watch, and I hope you all have a real nice day.